So my brother Eric, the floor is yours, bro. Um, feel free to, you know, feel free. It's your floor.
Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Um, First things first, I would like to get to know the people I'm talking to. So it's Therese, right?
Yes, that's me, Therese.
Therese, nice to meet you, my man. My name is Eric Johnson.
Nice to meet you, Eric.
Hey, it's the pleasure is mine. A little bit of background on myself. I had an interesting journey to get to where I am now. If you would have asked me when I was 12 years old, I would have told you I'm going to the NBA, no doubt about it, right? Um,
Hmm.
But obviously the ball keeps rolling and you got to choose, where do you want to be your best at in this world? And so I ultimately decided to go to college and pursue my studies. I didn't want to do what my teammates were doing. My teammates were just doing majors and just kind of, this is what we're gonna do because we think we're gonna make it to the league. We don't have a plan B. So I became in love, almost infatuated with taking care of the body because I knew if I took care of my body, I could stay on the court longer. And if I know I could
Hmm.
stay on the court longer, I have a beautiful life. So my background is in exercise science, health science, and nutrition. And I've been helping people ever since I found that calling, and it's been a beautiful, beautiful journey. Um, I see Detrice, Miss Detrice. Nice to
Gary,
how you doing, ma'am?
all is well in yourself this evening.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank y'all for coming in. I was just giving just a quick little background, who I am, who is this guy that keeps messaging us. I'm a former athlete that just got really into taking care of the body. And, once I took a deep dive and realized what's been going on and what's been holding us back and what could help us, I couldn't stop. And it's exciting. It's super exciting. So, now, y'all's detox. I'm curious to know, how's it been going? What are some things you've been struggling with? Stuff like that.
Man, I might not.
Uh,
Oh, Therese, you
oh,
go first. You can go first.
I don't think I'm struggling, but I am noticing like how I would treat my body, with like, oh, I've been working all day, let me hurry up and get something to eat. And I've overcome that. Like now I'm like, no, I gotta go cook. I gotta go meal prep. And it's like I'm eager to learn more. Like I really want to submit to the teachings and change how I view food and the body, and I feel more confident making that choice to go vegan. Like I don't want to go back to how I used to eat and make excuses no more. That's pretty much it.
I appreciate you for sharing, man. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's not by coincidence. It's all in the cards to where you're headed, where you're going, where your mind is at.
Okay. So, man, Mr. Treese knows this. Man, I like popcorn, bro. I love popcorn. And for some odd reason, that thing was calling my name extra hard at some weird late time. It's on like, man, it was like some late hours. You know how normally whenever we eat unhealthy, we get the cookies and milk. The late time. And yeah, for me, it was that popcorn, man. Man, one day it was really, really crazy. Like I was watching a movie with my kids. I said, you know what? It just happened. I ain't lie. I kind of ordered some, but they closed down. The store closed down. So I feel like that was what the Lord said. No, no. I was mad. I was like, man, I want my popcorn. I want my popcorn. And it gotta be. I don't know why. It just that movie, that popcorn. Man, that movie. I don't know why. It's just all that salt, all that butter. It just be man. And I had ordered it. It never came to my house because they closed down. I said, hey. So, but for me, it's going good outside of that time. Um, I most definitely feel a shift um for me to go a little bit higher. And I've been feeling that shift. I've been feeling that push to be more excellent in my health. You know how they say have cheat days. No more cheat. We can't afford cheat days. You know, there's no such thing in having cheat days when it comes to health, you know. And so I realized that it's not necessarily what I say with my lips, but it's what I do with my life. You know, that preaches louder than anything. I could teach all day, but can I live it? And a lot of people, myself included, I've had a habit of teaching and sounding good, but when it behind closed doors, I was the one eating bad, you know, and I was the one they saw in Burger King, you know, trying to sneak it, you know, the French fries, you know, I called Mr. Treese many times. Hey, I'm struggling with French fries. I'm over that now. Hey, I'm over that. And so now it's that popcorn, man. It's that popcorn. I was the one trying to, you know, sneak into McDonald's, getting the French fries, trying to Popeyes, make sure no one sees me because whenever you're known for health, they know you. They hey, you was the guy on YouTube, you was the guy on TikTok. Hey, what you doing? I had a man call me out like a year ago, about 2 years ago, call me. He was like, hey, Marquez. I said, oh Lord. I was holding some rice and some shrimp fried rice. And I had just bought it from the little restaurant in the mall. He said, "Hey man," I said, "What?" He's here like, "What you doing?" I said, "Man, I'm eating." You know, I said, "I'm eating, bro." He said, "Oh, so you gonna eat that?" That's embarrassing, bro, to be recognized in public as a hypocrite. You know, like you. And he said, "You can't teach this if you're not walking in it." You know, and so from that day forward, I started trying to make it more serious. You know, no more cheat days because I can't afford cheat days. So that's what it's done for me. Um, that's really it for me.
Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for sharing. I want to learn more about y'all's this journey and what your detox consists of. But I want to come out here and say I'm a cookie monster. I'm eating cookies up by the sleeve. I eat them pints of ice cream in a sitting. I stand 6'5", 210 pounds. Like I'm eating 3,000 plus calories a day. And it's becoming cognizant of what you're putting into your body. It is being consistent with what you're doing, how you're doing it, how you get there. It ultimately came to the point to where I'm like, hey, this shouldn't be a chore. Eating shouldn't be a chore. I get so excited because I'm making my own stuff. And yes, it takes more time and it might be a little bit more expensive time wise. I would say it's more expensive time wise than it is price wise because you can get all that same stuff. It's just that psychological switch that is getting people. But no, 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 don't be fooled. The leaders, the teachers, the professionals, we're dabbling in it too. There's been plenty of times you got healthcare people that are sick, they're trying to take care of you. But yeah, no, like tonight I'm making a pizza, homemade pizza. Um, but of course it's all plant-based, it's all clean, it's veggies, and I make my own everything. But it's finding that happy balance and finding the food that fuels you because your food is supposed to fuel you. It's not supposed to make you feel tired. It's not supposed to make you sick. It's not supposed to hurt your stomach. It's not supposed to mess with your digestive tract. It's supposed to fuel you. And so I could keep going on about that on and on. But I want to learn more about y'all's detox. Is this a detox and y'all are fasting? Or is this we're just having a certain thing, like we're having juice the whole day? That's all we're having. Tell me a little bit more about the detox
Okay.
that y'all are doing.
Mr. Trees, do you feel like explaining that? Because you made the list and I feel like you know the list more than we do. Do you feel like explaining that to him?
You know, the detox was your idea, Mr. Marquez. However, I did assist with knowing because the office I get to walk in is a functional medicine health coach. There are some things that I already had in line that I share with my clients
Mhm.
that assist them throughout the detox. So certain foods, it's almost like the process of elimination or elimination. I hate using the word diet. So
In here.
yeah, I just don't like that word. So it's a change in lifestyle, which helps people promote good habits and promotes start the healing process in their bodies. Everybody has this, just like you were sharing, and Mr. Marquez. We all have this thing that drives us to eating the wrong thing, right? And so we never come up, and then we find it challenging rather to find people look for the alternative instead of looking for the thing that's right.
Yeah.
They want an alternative to eating fried chicken, but you never lose the mindset of why you eat that way. So it comes with a renewing of the mind. So the list helps you get there. And so basically, um, it's raw vegetables,
Yeah.
um, things that are we eliminate things that are highly processed that will ease the digestive system. Give it a break from all the heavy stuff that we normally a person would normally eat in order for them to kind of realize that once they eliminate certain things out of their eating lifestyle, they don't want to go back. That's been my success with the list, even with my client base. It's certain things when they realize you get rid of the dairy, you get rid of the grains, you get rid of the milk, the extra milk things that they didn't even know was milk, like wheat products and things of that nature. They realize that their body actually feels good. So the detox is not a fast. It's just, I'll say, an elimination eating lifestyle that'll help you go to the next level with a fast if that's what they choose to do. But it helps just promote health overall.
I super appreciate that. Okay, now I understand what y'all are doing here, and it makes sense, and I'm with it. I agree with it 100%.
And I want to thank Mr. Trees because man, why when I had that idea with the detox, she came already prepared. She was prepared years. Man, I'm blessed for Mr. Trees. She had the list already and all of that. Man, she's good at that. The graphic design, all of that. She's truly a blessing. She's really a blessing. So I thank you for she brought more structure. I had the idea, but she brought more, she brought more what's the word? More ingredients to it. And that blessed me.
Aha.
Yeah.
Oh, it's time. It's time to reach the masses and help each other in the best way possible.
Right.
Uh, I want to basically thank y'all and continue to thank y'all for it because it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy one bit.
Hmm.
Because if it was easy, there wouldn't be a problem in our world. There wouldn't be people having jobs to treat people and to keep them in healthcare services. There wouldn't be that if it was easy. So congratulations, because you took that step. What are y'all, 20 days in, right?
Any day, yep.
Yeah. So y'all took that step. It's not easy. You hear it yourself. People,
Mhm.
come on, let's cheat. Let's let's do this. Come on, you could have just a little bit. I have people in my life that try to get me to break my fast because I'm fasting 12, sometimes 15, 16 hours a day because that is what feels right to me and my soul to help my body reset. And I know I can still get my 3,000 plus in, and I don't have to have big farmer meals. I don't have to be eating all day. I don't have to eat as soon as I wake up. I can drink water and I can eat when I am hungry and not because it's a social thing. And so I want to encourage y'all, wherever you're at on your journey, is to remember your why. Why are you doing this? What got you started? What fascinated you? Like Therese, like you said, you really have to become a professional in it. You really have to like continue to dig deep because it's huge. There's so many twists, turns, and so many products and so many things that have healthy wrapped on them and all these new diets. I'm with you, Mr. Treese. I'm not a fan of diet. I classify diet as the stuff that you consume, not a challenge, not a game. There's so many
Hmm.
twists and turns. So I'm curious to know during this time that you have started your detox, if anybody wants to share, what changes are you seeing in your body? What changes are you seeing in your mind, your energy levels, your body, your joints? What changes are you seeing?
Well, I'll go. I notice when I wake up, like, of course, that initial kind of, shrugging off the sluggishness. But once I'm up, and I'm not as hungry. I'm not thinking about McDonald's McGriddle. I'm not thinking about, stopping by Waffle House. Like, even though I see it every day, it's not bothering me no more. I actually detest it. And I guess the struggle for me would be like, man, how am I talk to my family because they love to cook, and now I'm vegan, and I know offense may come. Like, it's my birthday tomorrow. I don't know if they cook for me or not. I'm like, oh, I can't eat that. So I guess I'm just preparing my heart for that. But I know, like, the scripture, we're supposed to follow Christ, and not worry about man, So I guess I'm just preparing my heart for that transition.
Oh, it's coming. And I appreciate you for your courage. It's coming and it's going to be beautiful and it's going to take time. Um, my family and me, I'm from Arkansas. So we ate everything that flew, that ran, that swam, chitlins, uh, raccoon, rabbit, deer. I mean, everything, right? And
Hmm.
food is it's people's love language. So you have to turn it around. And I'm real careful on what I say around people because I don't want to come off a certain way. And I want to kind of plant a little seed in their head, like, hey, what is this dude on? So I don't
Hmm.
say I can't eat that. I'll say I'm choosing not to eat that. I have a
Oh.
higher calling. I am I eat like this now. I appreciate you so much, Auntie. Um, I want you to try my mac and cheese that I made. I can't I can no longer do those things. I'm a different person. And they'll come around, they'll be hurt. They're gonna be like, why don't you want my food? Because food is a love language. You got people that'll slave over the stove, especially
Hmm.
family reunions and repast
Grandmas.
everybody,
Yeah.
right? That food is a love language. Like that's love,
It's a
straight
culture.
love. It's
Yeah.
culture. There's an energy with it. There's a reason why these centurions, the people that live past 100, there's a reason why their energy is so vibrant because they get together and they eat around food and they're feasting on such nutritious food and it's such a beautiful thing. They're not, don't get me wrong. I love family time and we can sit in front of the TV and do that, but they're not in front of a TV eating their meal. They're in front of it. They're in front of each other talking, enjoying the
Hmm.
meal, slowly chewing. Digestion begins in the mouth. A lot of people would fix their issues with chewing more, chewing their food
Hmm.
more. Like it's a lot. Like there's a lot of levels to it, and I'm trying not to get on my soapbox, but it starts in the mouth. It starts in the mouth. You start chewing, and you've been hungry, and you starved yourself, and now you're eating and you're swallowing it and you're all good. Okay, boom. You got the reward in your brain. You're good. A couple hours later, that food is trying to push down, and it's a bolus because you have not started the digestive process. It starts in the mouth, and that's just one of the things that we can do to help. But
Hmm.
there's so many different levels, and this is actually my next point. I jotted down some points I wanted to touch on with y'all. Is teams. It's really, really, really hard to do things by yourself in this world. And your family and the people around you, they're going to help. And that's something for y'all to navigate. But I would encourage you to really think about how you talk to your family about these things. If so, for an example, Therese, your birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday, brother. You
Thank
want to
you.
do something special with you? Come on, y'all. Let's take a walk. Studies show that if you stretch or get moving after you eat a meal, after you eat something, now your blood sugar is not going to spike up because that's
Hmm.
just people do. We eat a meal and we get to sitting, and now that's a little harsh on our digestive process. Now, especially with all the refined sugar, and sugar has just made its way into everything and it has a million different names. Now it's sitting and pooling in the blood, and you gave your body no fighting chance to get circulating. Come on, y'all. Come take a walk with me. Y'all want to do something for me? Come take a walk with me. Or let's go out and cook something. Let's go out and cook something we've never had before. Let's go out and try some Mediterranean cuisine.
Hmm.
Let's go out and do something new. Like let's stuff like that. And it makes you seem standoffish, but if you preface it and phrase it as, hey, I'm I'm transforming and I'm growing and I want to take y'all with me. I want y'all to come with me. Try this. I think it sounds a lot better and it's received a lot better, um, because when somebody hears like, I can't have that, well, they they didn't really know how to accommodate you in the beginning. It's like when you go out to eat with people and or before you even get to going out to eat and people aren't cognizant and they're not focusing um, to the people around them. Everybody wants to go to the barbecue house, but they know that Therese, he's a plant-based eater. So it changes dynamics, and the people aren't just going to give up on their loved ones. They're going to get there. You have to continue to nurture them and let them know, like, hey, this is me. I'm not changing. I want you to come along with me. And it helps when you have a team. Team, team, team. We can't do anything in this world alone. So this right here, I love that y'all are meeting and talking and getting through it because this is how we become successful, forming a team, not doing it alone. You think of the most successful person in the world, you think of the most successful being in the world. They never did anything alone. They always had a group beside them. Think about it.
Hmm.
Think about it. The Bible, your favorite artists, yeah, they're out there on the stage singing, but they got the lights, they got people recording them, they got people doing their audio, the millions of people that our Lord chose to give out the word, to start spreading the word. These were people that were not perfect in any sense, but our Lord knew a job had to get done. A job had to get done, and there's no better person, no better vessel than the average person to get it done. The person with imperfections. You look at your car, it's not just one piece, it's all these different pieces moving together. It's huge. The power of teams is huge. So I don't know too much about y'all's meeting, but I like it. I like it, and it's where success breeds, and it's giving, and it's going to continue to give the power of teaming.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's exactly it, bro. We can't do it by ourselves. We need each other. Like we need each other. So we can't. There's no lone wolf. There's no isolation. We need each other. That's why we do these detox checkups. Because we don't know what they're going through, what I'm going through, or you're going through throughout the week. It may be easier for me, but harder for you, or vice versa. So the Bible says that we carry each other burdens. that where I'm strong, you may be weak, and where you're weak, I may be strong. And together, whenever we meet and begin to teach and talk and share our testimonies and share our things that we've encountered throughout the week, we begin to pull from each other's strength. And therefore, um, I become strong, right? We begin to carry each other, and that's really what this checkup is about: carrying each other, making and motivating each other, making sure you're not straggling behind or doing the wrong thing, or all that good stuff or bad stuff. Making sure you're still in the good fight, right? So, Mr. Trees, do you have anything you want to share?
No, you guys are actually hitting it on the head with on the nail head with that because I'll say this. If you ever read in the Word of God, it talks about how when Moses was up for the fight, he had two people holding his arms up, Aaron and Hur. Whenever his arms
Hmm.
dropped, they lost. But whenever their arms were held up, his arms were held up, he won. So yes, you do need people that support you in your journey, and that will make you more successful. So just to kind of say what you guys are saying, just another way, it's always helpful. And believe it or not, sometimes it will not be your immediate family, but your immediate family is watching your transition, even though they may not understand it, but they're watching you. Sometimes, unfortunately, they're watching you. Some people watch you to because they want you to fail, because in their mind, the way they've been living, that's normal. It's normal to have to go to the doctor every 3 months or every month and they switch your medication. It's normal for you to wake up in pain. That just means you're getting more mature, a little bit older. It's normal to go and take certain medications or certain vaccines because the season is changing. And I really, as I got into functional medicine, began to realize that if you're sick every time the weather changes, the seasons change, then that's your body's inability to adapt to change. And then something's wrong and easily corrected. So as you guys journey forward, I hope you guys don't lose, at day 20, I hope you guys don't lose the momentum, the knowledge, the encouragement that you've gotten so far, and that your lifestyle begins to change where you walk in health and not always looking for a healing.
Hmm.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Go ahead, Therese.
Oh, I had something to share. Yeah, what she just said brought back to my remembrance. One of my uncles who was outside talked to my grandfather, and I think we had lost somebody. I forgot the cause of death, but the topic about health insurance and doctors came up, and I was like, oh man, like I didn't want to go there, but I started talking about eating right, diet, fellowship. But my uncle, he was like, and this is one of my I guess you call grand uncles, like the brother of your grandfather. So it's like I see what she said, what Mr. Tree said, like it's normal. Hey, I gotta go to the doctor and brace myself for bad news. Like that's the energy he was talking with, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna end up like that. I didn't say that because I didn't want to offend him, but I was like, I believe in God. I believe in faith. I'm gonna speak the life. I was standing my ground, but I felt like a tug of war in the spirit. I'm like, man, like I felt a little angry and I felt a little sad. I'm like this is strange, but I just know that the stronghold because of the food we eat, the culture, and what we speak over ourselves can keep us in bondage. And I want to lead by example by not falling for that, not accepting, oh, I'm sick, oh, my allergies. Nah, I'm gonna eat right and I'm gonna pray. Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad that you are seeing this. I'm glad that you have the courage to tell people, because make no mistake, I am a food scientist as well. I study the medicinal effects of food. there is good science and then there's bad science. This food or these food products, or products as I like to call them, they are designed to keep people in that stronghold that you're talking about. They're designed to keep people addicted. These super low calorie foods with addictive qualities, they're basically like empty calories. There's like nothing in them, right? And you just keep eating them, eating them, eating them, and you don't know why you're eating them. You're mindlessly eating. And you got a bunch of these ultra high processed foods that are wreaking havoc. They're wreaking havoc on the gut. They're wreaking havoc on the brain. We got people that are depressed. We got people that are really going through it and they think that they are eating. They're not eating. They're not fueling. And it's a huge cycle. It's one big, huge cycle of people becoming sick. And it's now normal to take something. It's now normal to take something to eat something. Like, I need to take this medicine. I know this is going to be some good food. I need to take this medicine. Or
Or
it's, I got my allergies again. I'm just gonna go ahead and get my shot. Let me take my Zyrtec. It's crazy. And it's the
yeah.
normal, which I question mark, and I've always questioned it because how is this normal? How how is pharmaceuticals? How is a needle? Are drugs giving us life? And I'm a school teacher. I'm a middle school teacher. I sit up and I look at them kids in their face and I tell them, you have to be drug free. If you're gonna put that drug-free bracelet on, that means you're not gonna come to me asking me for a Tylenol when you get a headache. I'm gonna ask you, have you been drinking water? What did you eat today? You're going to use deductive reasoning. You're not going to
Mm.
run for that easy, quick fix because either way, you have to wait. You have to wait. Your body's fighting off something, you have to wait. You can take the medicine and it'll mask you. It'll mask. It'll mask the symptoms for a little bit, but guess what? Once the half-life is over, once the effectiveness is over, guess what? It comes right on back. The body has to keep working. And I really, 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 I'm excited hearing you talk. And I hope Lacey and Layla, I hope they are seeing these things too, because it's all around us. It's been around us from the start. You talk to if you've had a chance to talk to your greats, you talk to your great grands and the people that have been on this world for a while. Now, yes, they do things a certain way, but it was less processed. They were doing things. They were getting the physical activity. They were physically making their food. They were going to gather their food. They were growing their food. They knew exactly what was in their potato. They knew that soil was untouched. They weren't spraying it with Roundup. Okay. They had cats and dogs. That was pest control. They had,
Mm.
greenhouses with cinnamon and stuff like that. They weren't putting chemicals in the food. They weren't injecting their livestock. They were letting their livestock run free and fertilize the land. They weren't eating their livestock unless they had to. Like they had to. Like drought and everything. That's the reason why we can see all this beautiful color. And the strong theory is we have the cones in our eyes to be able to pick berries and fruits, to be able to eat the vegetation. That's the reason why the true carnivores are colorblind because
Wow.
they don't need to see color.
Oh, uh-oh,
They
preaching
don't need
now.
all this stuff.
Wait a
And
minute.
so I'm getting there, and I look. This is stuff I'm talking about every day, and I don't too much care if it sounds crazy or if it sounds off the wall because I know it sticks. And the people that I work with, they kind of just get used to it. And once they start realizing we've been brainwashed, we've been bamboozled, their
Mhm.
life just changes. I got my coworkers, because like I said, I'm a school teacher. I'm a middle school teacher. That is a place where folks are brainwashed. I got a group of teachers that will come in When I first got there, I told them what I do, what I'm about, what my passion was, and they kind of laughed at first. But then when the season came around, and kids started getting sick, they started getting sick, and they act like, Coach Johnson, what's going on? I see the kids are always around you. You got them all around you. Yeah, I got them all around me. I'm all in their face. I'm getting all their germs. I'm strengthening my immune system. Like it's a lot of people that are scared, and I don't want fear to rule you. We don't want fear to rule you because you will act sporadically when you're scared. I mean, make it stop. I just found out I got fill in the blank. We need to go right now. We need to go right now. Where's the doctor? Come on. And this is not to say, obviously, if you've broken your leg, you should probably get that set back. Probably should get that setback in place. But do you need to be taking pain medication months after you're done? Because you're going to feel pain. You're going to feel discomfort. Your body talks to you. That's another point that I wanted to air out for y'all. Your body will talk to you. It will give you signals. That's how amazing your body is. That's how unique your body is it will give you signals. Your body has an alarm clock. Your body will give you all types of signals. It'll tell you when you're dehydrated. Your body will give you cues. Okay. A lot of people think just because their stomach is growling, I'm hungry. No, 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 no. Those are not hunger sounds. That is your body doing what it's supposed to do. You want that. So when you hear the next time you hear your body breaking down food and you feel it, I'm thinking, God, I'm thinking, Lord, I'm working. Okay, we working. Boom. Okay. I know I'm smooth moving. Okay, boom. Okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm putting my body in the right environment to heal. Um, Marquez, stop me. I didn't got on my soapbox now, man. Uh, Stop me now if you
You
need to.
good. You good, bro. You good. You good.
It's a lot of stuff, man. It's it's some of the same stuff that you will keep hearing and talking about over and over and over. So it gets redundant. Let's see. Do we have I kind of want to hear from, if you're comfortable with it, I kind of want to hear from Miss Layla and Lacey, um, how their experience is going, their why, just a little blurb about them.
I don't think
I'm sorry. I'm Layla, but basically, just I don't know where I could begin with this, but um, what's the question? Like, basically, you want to know like how the detox for me has been going?
Yes, ma'am. How the detox
Okay.
going? What brought you here on a Friday night when everybody else around you, they sitting up watching Netflix or they're getting ready to go out to the club? What brought you here tonight?
Um, basically, been on this health journey, basically, I would say like for a good like 2 years. It's been I would say a good year, 2 years. Actually, Marquez, the one that did the first, he's the one that did the first teaching about, the how he's gonna drop about health and everything. Cause I feel like I was already on that path. Like God, I wanna, I was already seeking and to know the truth about what's behind the foods and everything like that. So he's the first one, that really I feel like that was an answered prayer that I've been praying about because prior to that, I think a good solid 5 years ago, I went to UL and I was extremely, extremely overweight. I'm not gonna say extremely, but I was overweight. I was eating pizza, cookies, chips, cake, ice cream, everything, all of the above. And I had got a little big. And I never was that size before. And it's just like I just kept eating, kept eating, kept eating. And it's like I was never, you know, full. And it was just a mess. And then after that I was like I could barely walk to class. I'm getting burnt out. I was just always tired. I always want to go to sleep. And then I'm craving ramen noodles. I'm craving ice cream and all these type of off the wall stuff. Is just I just always wanted to eat. And I feel like I just grew an emotional attachment to food and to certain foods, became an attachment to for me. And so years, I think like 2 years went by or a year went by, and that's when I really started talking to Marquez about food and diet and everything, and I really wanted to know what was the truth and about the foods that I was eating, because I was just always drained and tired like every day, knowing that I had stuff to do, knowing that I had to go play, like I had a life, I had to move, and it's just like I just wanted to be in the bed. So yeah, I feel like on this journey, it's been a journey. As far as that was a little backstory, but as far as the detox has been going, um, and within that year, I just want to say I did give up meat. It was a struggle to give up meat. It was a struggle to give up shrimps and just stuff that I've been eating for years because I live with my grandmother. I've been helping her out, for over 5 years, and she just cooked like pastas and all this type of, catfish, and that's all I've been, used to eating all my life was, culture food like crawfish and then all these other things, and I just was wanted to know what's the truth behind all this. Because once Marquez was like, for instance, he said, look at the labels. And I started to see all these different things. And I'm like, what is this? What is maltodextrin? What is Rare 40? What is Yellow 5? Like, what is this really? So I went go do research for myself, and I was like, wow, like I've been eating like poison, and it's like that's crazy to me. And I feel like that was my motivation. Like I'm really not trying to overtalk, but basically how, like, for instance, Mr. Tree, she said our bodies are a temple. We're supposed to honor God with our bodies. That's been a key thing that's pushing me, is that okay, I want to honor God with the way that I eat, with how I live, to be an example. And kind of like what Teresa said with the family part, like my family, my grandmother and my grandfather, they see me every day and they be wondering like, why are you eating that? Like, why are you, you doing that? And so it is a change for them. It is a change for them, but uh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the reason why. Ooh, what? That's the reason why, basically.
Hey, I super appreciate you for sharing this. That takes courage to tell a complete stranger your backstory, and I appreciate Marquez for just helping people, healing people. We can't legally put that out there that we're healing, but we're healing. We are helping. We're not healing. Your body is healing. We're just giving you the tools to heal. Um, it in the brown community, in the black community, it's almost taboo. It's almost taboo if you're not an athlete. Even athletes are eating horrible. Like I said, I'm from Arkansas, so my family would make fun of me all the time. You gonna eat your grass again, Eric? Like, come on, man. You sure you don't want no more fish? Because I mean, we from Arkansas, we fish and do all that. And it was only this last couple of years, now the jokes have quieted down. Now they're joining calls. Now they're asking me. Now they're tuned in. Now they're trying healthy things. Now they're like, okay, I know I got to stop cooking with the Cisco because that, you talk about poison, right? And so people are getting sick. People are having strokes. People are having heart problems. People are overweight. And we're essentially, and it's your fault when you know and you continue, but it's not your fault when you don't know. We didn't know. We don't know. We think we are taking care of ourselves when our pantry is full. We got all the stuff. We got all the snacks. Those were my snacks in college. And it takes courage to say, hey, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. Yes, it's going to take more time. That's probably the highest cost is your time and your planning. It takes a lot of planning, but eliminating things like you said, ramen noodles, for example. We gotta stuff that has a shelf life. Just imagine what it does on the inside. If it can sit up and it has an expiration date of, you know, 5 years in advance, you know, I appreciate you, Miss Layla, for tuning in. If it can stay on the shelf for 5 years, 5+ years, just imagine how your body has to break that down. And, that's where the fatigue is coming from. A lot of times people's body is working overtime. It has to work to digest. It has to work to fight off uh, viral things in your body. It has to work to keep you moving, to give you energy. It has to work to power your other body systems. And I am really excited that y'all share your time with me this evening because that means a lot to me that y'all are thinking about this. Y'all are taking that step and y'all are walking your truth because a lot of people like to do this and hide it. But no, you got to tell people. You got to tell people and you have to be unapologetic about it. You have to, hey, y'all, come on, what we doing? I know y'all said y'all wanted to go out tonight, but let's go take a walk. I know y'all said y'all wanted to have brunch, but hey, before I can go to brunch with you, I want to take a walk with you. I want to go work out with you. I want to try somewhere new. I don't want to go to the chicken spot. Okay. It's brutal. It's brutal to make changes like that. It's brutal to look the people that you love and care about in the eyes and tell them, hey, I brought my own plate tonight. I still want to eat with you, but I brought my own plate. I appreciate you for cooking all this food. I got my own food. I want to eat with y'all still. Like it's hard to do. Um, but like I said, if it was super easy, everybody would be doing it. They'd have access to it. And so I am so excited for y'all. I am really excited for y'all because I don't even think you realize what you have started in your body. And you're gonna keep going. You have to. Now that I've sat here and talked to you, I can't let you get off track. You have something really great going on, and it's only gonna get better. Keep feeding it, keep giving it good stuff, keep reading, keep asking questions because it's great, man. It's really, really great.
Mr. Trees, anything you want to say?
I know it is getting pretty late, and before I got on the call, I've got to prep my dinner a little bit. Um, this will be the last thing I say. I'll be done. I hope that I said something that struck a chord with you, that planted a seed, that made you curious about something, or that made you like or think like, hey, I'm on the right path. I appreciate you for saying this. I hope I said something and helped you in that aspect. This is my challenge for you, and I look forward to talking to y'all again. My challenge is for you to try something new health-wise. Try something new, whether it's a walk, whether it's a heavier weight at the gym, whether you try a different vegetable or fruit. There are so many different vegetables and fruits out there. Like I try a new one just about every day. I don't think I'll ever not try a new one. I want you to try a different way of prepping your food. Try a different snack. Try something new. And I want y'all to share it. Share it. I know I'm not sure if everybody's in the group messages, but I want you to share it. That's part of the accountability. That's part of your spirit is sharing it, saying, "Hey, everybody, look what I'm doing. Come join me. I want you to share it. Share that new thing that you're doing. It could be 10,000 steps. You say you want to get 10,000 steps, or you want to stretch after your meal or take a walk after your meal. These are just random things that I'm saying, but I encourage you to try something new and tell somebody about it. Tell us about it. That is what I have for you. That's all else I have to say. I want to open the floor up to just quick little questions. And I hope that you enjoy this just as much as I enjoy this, because I get fired up every time I'm talking about health, or every time I'm giving my golden nuggets to people, because that's one of the true beauties in this life.
I guess I have a question about like body types and body mass. I know for a long time, a stronghold for me, like to justify my eating, was my body weight. I'm too skinny. Put some meat on your bones. You're not strong enough. Alpha male type junk, you know. And according to science, I would be in the category of ectomorph. And I mean, I've been pretty healthy most of my life. I barely got sick. I had like strep throat twice, but besides that, I've been fairly healthy, except for like maybe a few scares. Like I remember the eye doctor told me one time, you don't stop eating honey buns, you're gonna go blind. So the fear of the Lord came over me, so I stopped. Um, and they had like heart problem scares on my dad's side, and I was taking the medicine, but then I researched and it told me that I would it would affect me having children. I was like, oh no, like I'm not putting that in my body. Like I started researching the medicine, and now I'm like, well, I don't need to be on no 6 meals a day and all these proteins and stuff. And so I guess like, is there like a guide specifically for your body type, body mass to get at? So I can, in a healthy way, gain some muscle mass and strength, because I do struggle with that.
So, in the difference in the body types, this is what people are talking about when they're talking about it's your genes, it's your body type. You got your ecto, meso, and endo. I'm ecto as well. Um, it is anatomically and physiologically a little harder to fill out way unless you are like really on it. But that doesn't mean that you can't do it. So in your quest to becoming more muscular, I assume you want to build more muscle, more mass. Um, it's a calorie thing. It's a calorie thing. There's a way to get those calories in while not being a detriment to your health. So, for an example, I told you, and I was transparent with you, I'm 210 plus pounds. I'm 6'5", and I'm not just sitting up eating bread or drinking protein all day. There are plant-based ways to achieve what you are looking to achieve. I'm sure there are plenty of different guys out there. If you would like a little bit more guidance, I can have it to where we'll make you some meal plans or a grocery list. But things like quinoa is super high in protein. You can get protein from plant-based sources, and it's alarming to most. There's protein in nuts and seeds and uh, peanuts, pumpkin seeds, chickpeas. There is protein in the plant-based lifestyle. It's up to how you're going to plan to get those calories in to maintain, I guess, the physique that you're looking for. There's a way without stuffing yourself or making yourself feel full or going overboard. It's just going to have to take planning. And you don't have to eat big farmer meals or anything like that. Um, there's a way. You just have to be, there has to be a plan. So um, we can get you a plan. That's no biggie. We can get you a plan, get you a shopping list, point you in the right direction. We definitely can get that for you. It it'll be a little tough at first because you're essentially stretching out your stomach. Um, but it will take just a couple of shifts. Um, for an example, like eating within your window of coming from the gym. So if you just came from the gym, you definitely got to get something in your body um, because you're essentially breaking down the muscles. And so you need to give your body that fuel so it can synthesize and so it doesn't take the things on your body as the fuel. Do you kind of get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I need to fuel my body according to what's going on during the day. Like like for me, I work in the HVAC industry, and me eating heavy is not a good idea during the day because we're going up in attics, we're moving heavy equipment. So I typically wait till I get off to eat. And by that time, my body then got worn down. It's like, well, I got to recover. So often I'm eating late, then I got to, let my food digest. But I mean, in the past, because of what I was eating, it really affected me in the morning time and throughout the day. But now I've been feeling better sticking to, fruits and vegetables, stuff on the list. So now I'm just trying to see, okay, when should I eat and what should I eat, you know, according to the daily needs. Because I don't want to overstuff myself, and I want to be filled with energy. I don't want to overstretch my stomach, and I want to try to eat less but eat healthier. So I guess it's just a lot of renewing of my mind and restructure going on. But yeah, I'll definitely take you up on those plans because I don't want to just do this vegan lifestyle but not know what I'm doing.
Yeah, we'll come together and we will figure something out for you. Um, it's one of the, go ahead, Marquez. It's one of those things that is going to be complex at first, but it'll get easy as you get the hang of it.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, again, Mr. Trees, are you there? Are you?
I was there. My phone did something where I couldn't get unmuted for a second.
What would you share with Therese? Therese, can you ask your question again?
Basically, like, okay, so I'm about 6 foot and I fluctuate from like 145, 150. My weight is never stable. So I don't know if that's like a hormone problem. I don't know. But yeah, I'm slim, ectomorph, and I'm trying to develop strength and muscle mass, but I don't necessarily know what to do besides eat according to the list. But how do I eat for strength and energy? And then my lifestyle, I work in HVAC, so I got to stay hydrated, but not overeat, and because of all the heavy lifting and moving around.
I'll say this: being a former, let me say it that way. Um, I was a personal trainer at one point in my life. I'll tell you this: you can work toward the goal, but let's keep it simple in the beginning stages. Eat when you're hungry. I don't understand why people want to eat less unless they're eating too much of the wrong thing. But when you're on the but eating from the list is just the beginning for you, right? You will develop a lifestyle of eating that will promote the energy that you're looking for. if you've noticed, or any of you have noticed during these last 20 days, I've seen it consistently said that you feel better. You have the energy. So you know with the surety that your food has a lot to do with that, right? And just as
Mhm.
Mr. Erica spoke of, you're right. If you're going to the gym because you want to add muscle, and what you're doing is basically tearing your muscles down, so that's the absolute perfect time to get the protein from your plants the natural way, right? If you can't, if it's got a shelf life like was mentioned, or if you can't eat it immediately in its natural state, then I kind of stay away from it. I'm not talking about the food that you prep to eat, right? This is a lot of things. Eating a plant-based lifestyle is not boring at all. It is very adventurous, but you can start. I'll tell you about, just real quickly. I'll tell you about a young man that I had to had the opportunity to serve, and he was very thin, but he wasn't um, malnourished at all. Didn't matter what he ate, he just didn't gain the weight. He wanted to be bigger because during that time he was, he got teased about how small he was. When he took it upon himself to, before I had the opportunity to assist him, he took it upon himself to go, I mean, like, wow, eating all the protein that he thought was right. And most of that stuff was, of course, highly processed, all the stuff that people from the gym would tell him to eat to gain muscles. And he found out that it was a negative connotation on his body. So he started off with a trainer that helped him just get the principles of developing muscles. And so what he did was he got to the point to where he didn't look at he was more carb low. Let me say it that way. Anything that would give him what he thought was more energy, anything that was high carb, he ate it. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just telling you his journey. But then he eventually got to the point to where he noticed he would crash like within hours. He would just crash. He didn't have the energy anymore. He was sluggish and all of those things. I'm saying all this to say he changed his eating lifestyle. He still went to the gym. And now this brother is like buff as all get out. Everybody's body, even when you look at the body types, no one, you may fit in that body type, but you're still an individual. So you got to find out how God made you. There's certain things that hopefully that you've become aware of that you're not going to be able to go back and eat anymore just in these last 20 days because it doesn't support um, health in your eating lifestyle. I know I just went around the corner, so I hope something of what I just said helped you.
It did. You're absolutely right. I have to take this patiently and just follow the steps and not overthink it and not overdo it. Because the last thing I want to do is injure myself trying to get get there. Because that happened to me before in 2013. I was trying to overwork out to get bigger because I was getting teased. I was one of the smallest guys on the basketball team, and I gave myself an umbilical hernia trying to bench press and squat more than my body could handle. And that probably cost me my chance to finish all 4 years because that really, messed me up. Uh,
Hey,
Thank you for sharing that.
yes, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for your
I
recovery on
felt
that as
that.
well.
I felt that.
Yeah. Oh,
I
you
felt
good?
that.
You go, Eric. You can go.
Yeah, yeah, I felt that. I felt that because, like I said, I have been through the brink myself, trying to push myself, being a college athlete, being a professional athlete. That you will push yourself, especially if the group around you is harassing you for more, letting you know that you're not enough, you will push yourself. So I appreciate you for sharing that. Um, the last thing, this is my last thing. I know I said it's my
You
last
good, bro.
thing.
You used to, hey,
My
be free.
stomach is talking to me. But what I'm going to say, this is a question for you, Therese, is when you think of the biggest, strongest, most powerful land animal,
Oh,
what do you think about? You know where I'm going, Marquez. You know where I'm going.
pulling on me now.
The the gorilla, like, elephant, but as far as like herbivore that's like close to us, I would say gorilla.
Mhm. So the two that you just named, now the gorilla is close to us, the elephant isn't close to us. Now, you haven't seen them chase down some meat and get some meat, but these are the biggest, strongest land animals out there, super huge, right? You don't see them go to the gym. I mean, of course,
Yeah.
the gorilla and the elephant, they'll go and do stuff. And I'm not telling you not to go to the gym. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is you will be able to find similarities in their lifestyle to what you can use in your lifestyle. These animals, they're eating, almost constantly eating. And I'm not telling you to constantly eat, but they're not sitting up and pigging out and having 15 meals a day, but they're eating because uh, your greens, your veggies, they're lower in calorie. They're lower in calorie. They're more water and fiber, right? So they're eating, right? They're eating lots of times a day, and they're also moving. Okay. So in your journey, and Miss Latrice, you said it really, really good. I said it because I'm like, hey, you want to work on this? I got you. But you said it really good, Mr. Treese, with taking your time. What I will say is my last thing is is building that into your lifestyle. So you know that that's something that you want, write on the wall, put on the board. This is what you want, and this is what you're working towards. And keep doing what you're doing, making those choices, and kind of study and see, okay, I know that this is what I got. This is the time that I'm working. Okay. So now kind of switch it up a little bit whenever you can, or whenever you want to get some movement in, get some movement in. Don't push it, but just know that consistency. That was my last point, was that consistency. You see the elephant constantly walking, reaching on branches, eating. The same with the gorillas. You see the gorillas and the apes playing, lifting things. They're doing it on a constant. They do it every day. They don't miss a day. And they are eating. They're eating their greens, they're eating their seeds, and they're doing it when they're hungry, not as a pastime, not to because I want to get big. They're eating to fuel their body. That's what they're doing. So I want you to think about that as you are moving forward towards your goal.
Hey man, thank you. That makes a lot of sense because like after high school and I started going to college and working, um, there was a decline in my consistency in working out, but because of the jobs I had, I worked a lot of physical jobs, stocking and scaffolding and heavy moving around, always moving. I didn't like sitting down. So that also kept me in shape. And I always kept, like good physiques and all that, but like I just couldn't really gain weight. And I guess I didn't realize the blessing, like, God been covering me because what I used to eat was horrible, and I could have been on the obese side, if He didn't spare me. And I'm still like I'm not strong enough to like manhandle like an air handler, putting in the attic by myself. I'm not even trying to get that strong. That's freakishly strong. But like I want to get strong enough to where I'm safe. I'm coming home in one piece to, take care of my wife and future kids and stuff when that time comes. So I thank you because I thought, man, I ain't getting to the gym like I used to, but I was self-defeating myself. I'm still working out. It's just differently. It's not with iron weights. It's with the equipment I'm dealing with. It's all the walking around up and down. So God is still providing the way. And when I do get the opportunity, I should go work out or play basketball or something.
Said it. You said it. And also I challenge you too. You got two challenges. Is to try something new, and who's stopping you from getting some push-ups in? Just wherever, whenever. I know it might sound goofy, but who's stopping you from waking up a little earlier, getting a little stretch in, starting your day with some push-ups?
Oh, my bad. Hold on. So long. Yep, exactly. Terrell, that brother, you're very active. Yeah, man, I've hooped with you before. So just like Eric was saying, who's stopping you? Do something new. But man, when Eric brought up the elephant, man, that I started pulling on me because this lifestyle, you they man, people always they laugh at you for eating healthy, but they promote you for eating bad. And that's really crazy. The and man, I've gotten this question so much, and I'm pretty sure y'all have it. Y'all had it as well when it comes to protein. You need your protein, you need your protein. And the truth, man, truth be told, a lot of individuals they ask that question, but they don't truly know what a protein truly is. And they are regurgitating information that they heard someone else say. And so I took out some time and I began to study what a protein was. And so this is for you, bro. I know that it will come, the answers will come. They're gonna question you, bro. They're gonna say, "Hey, where you get your protein?" This is for you. This is how you combat them. So a protein. So first you ask them, "What is a protein?" Right? And so a protein is a complex amino acid structure. So then you get into what is an amino acid, right? So now we get into what I study, cell biology. I like the way the body function. And so a protein is a complex amino acid structure. Amino acid basically an amino acid is basically the building blocks for protein, right? So where do we get these things from? Where do we get amino acids from? Our fruits and our vegetables. And as you eat your amino acids, the body begins to build protein naturally. It builds it naturally. So sickness comes, disease comes whenever we get outside protein, outside what's that word, man? Uh uh I'm
Said it. Flesh,
yeah, yeah,
flesh.
yes, outside protein. And so when they ask you where to get your protein from, ask them where does the monkey get their protein? Where does the elephant get their protein? Man, the tortoise, where does they get its protein from? And whenever you look at the life of the tortoise and you compare it to the life of the lion, it exceeds it. This thing lives 80, 90, 100 years, and the lion only lives 20, 12, 15 years. And now we ask the question why? Because protein, man. So protein basically, once again, protein is a complex amino acid structure, which means it's complicated. The body can't properly digest it. It can't break it down. It's too many acids combined into a protein. So now when we get into simple carbohydrates, simple amino acids, now we get into what they call simple fruits, simple vegetables. Now the body can take amino acids from these things, from the coconut water, from the things that we drink and we eat, and it builds protein to build strong muscles, to build strong bones. So your food should fight for you in the gym. Your food should produce muscles. It should produce strong bones. It should fight for you while you're in the gym. Eat, man. We eat, man. Eating gives you strength. It empowers you, right? So if food can build strong muscle, then food can destroy muscles. Food can destroy strong bone. I'm sorry. Food can destroy bones. If food can promote strong bones, it can destroy bones. So we must eat to be strong, eat to live, right? And know what you're eating. A lot of people don't understand what they're eating. They just eat to eat. But if you ask them, what are you eating? We're not eating food anymore. We're eating chemistry, brother. We're eating food that's been combined and designed and made for us. It's been prearranged for us, right? And given to us. And they call it food, but it's not food, it's chemistry. I always say that Satan can't do what God does. So he takes what God made natural and makes it unnatural. He makes it GMO. He builds from God's foundation and makes it his own. And that's where we get acidic foods. That's where we get foods that kill the body, right? And so we have to understand what we're eating. And so a lot of people say, well, man, protein this, protein that, but don't even know what they're eating. No animal, if you can look at it, no animal, man, we're eating, man, people are eating deer, we're eating deers, we're eating chicken, we're eating cows, we're eating everything that eats plants. You ain't eating out here eating lions and tigers and bears. Some people do, but we ain't them. But you're eating plant eaters. So now if the cow has to go into the I'm sorry, if the cow eats the grass, if the deer eats the grass, then we should too. I'm not eat grass, but we should eat the plants. Wherever they're going, we should go there as well. I'm done.
I knew I said I was done. I know I said I was done, but I keep going back to the food fueling you. Okay, you think about flesh. You think about it has to get colored. It has to get presented to you in a way at the store because it does not look like that. It's not, it don't look like that. It's a more brownish in color, and sometimes it might be bloody. It might be hairy. And ah, you hit it on the T, man. You hit it on the T because the animals, these same very animals, they got their protein from the vegetation. That's where they got their protein from. And flesh, flesh is it's dead. It's dead. When the carnivore bites into the dead animal, sinks their teeth, the true carnivore, they're eating that flesh. It's dead. It's no longer living. The food that fuels you, your plants, veggies, live, raw things, stuff that got a crunch to it, stuff that gives you that natural flavor boost. It's alive. It's alive. There's a reason why things like bananas lower your stress levels, they lower your cortisol levels. There's a reason why bananas help with your gut microbiome. This stuff has been here for us. It's been here for us, and it's so beautiful. It's so complex that you can eat it. And the seeds, not the petri dish things, but the seeds from the truly organic things. Once you leave it on the ground, guess what begins to grow? That energy, that food. And so I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I gotta go eat. Uh, but that's it right there. I hope that we empowered y'all and that we gave y'all these golden nuggets and we gave y'all the assurance that you are headed in the right direction. This isn't a cult of sorts, but this is really us opening your mind and really educating you and letting you know, hey, it's okay. You might have missed out on this stuff. It's all good. We got you. We're going to empower you and we're going to plant that seed in you to where now, hey, now you got it. You got it. You're reading labels. If you so happen to want to get a product and hey, I'm going with this one. I know that this one is A, B, C. There's no preservatives in this. It's just packaged and this is a small business owner. I'm gonna get it. Hey, I know I'm eating this organic. Them organic bananas, they 62%. I mean, they 62 cents. I mean, the regular bananas, they really 30 cents, but I'm gonna get the organic ones because I know that these are good. I can see the seeds when I bite out of these. It's those choices that I hope that we are putting into you for you to start exploring and for you to start doing. I appreciate y'all for y'all time this evening. I really enjoyed myself and I hope you did too.
I did. I did. I really did. Lacey, you've been kind of quiet. Lacey, you all right over there? Think she,
Hello, can y'all hear me?
yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh.
Yeah, I can hear
Oh,
you.
oh yeah, I'm okay. I was listening. Um, yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. Treese, do you have anything before we close?
No, I don't have anything else. I just appreciate the fact that we were able to come together today. It's really good.
Okay. Well, I guess that concludes tonight's meeting. I thank y'all for y'all's time. Thank you for your commitment. And I thank y'all, man, man. It's I'm not gonna get started, but just know I'm grateful. I thank y'all for y'all's time and 10 more days, 10 more days. And
Yeah, 10 more. Y'all to be celebrating on 20, 10 days, right? All right.
yes, 10 more days. Man, but man, day one, y'all was like, man, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Day five, I don't know. But man, y'all lasted 10, I'm sorry, 20 days. 20 days. So man, this give y'all a round of applause. Y'all lasted 20 days and we're gonna let last 10 more. And then man, so again, I thank y'all for y'all's time and for y'all's, sacrifice. And I guess we'll meet sometime soon. That's
Amen. Thank y'all so much.
Amen. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a wonderful weekend, and we will be talking. Appreciate